Thomas of the humongous Astros. Frank threw all but one out this season, and he had a fantastic .65 ERA and 81 strikeouts on the season, almost one strikeout per inning. Frank was a big reason why the Astros had a great defense there. And the fourth nominee, Mandy Coolidge of the Devil Rays. Mandy tied a league record with 91 innings pitched on the season. That 91 innings pitched came in week 13 when she threw a 13-inning shutout with, I think she had 13 strikeouts. And that was into her 89 strikeouts on the season. Mandy won 2 Pitcher of the Week awards, including that 13-inning workhorse. Oh, I forgot to mention Frank Thomas won 1 Pitcher of the Week award. All right, we got our 4 nominees, and the winner is Frank Thomas of the Astros. Frank Thomas takes home the Ace Wilson after a fantastic season and a playoff appearance. Congratulations to Frank Thomas. Trying to remember how close the votes were. I'll post the voting results in the spreadsheet, and so you can see who was the closest one. But yeah, I think Hellerman came in second on this one. The voters preferred the low ERA over the high strikeout totals, but Frank had a respectable strikeout total.
I don't know what to say.
Is that Frank's acceptance speech? All right, let's keep going. To the National League, Ace Wilson nominees. First nominee, Christina Beebe of the Mariners. She had a fantastic season, pitched every single inning, allowed just 7 runs on the season for a .5 ERA, a .7 WHIP, and 66 strikeouts. Christina did not win any Pitcher of the Week awards, but that's mostly because Schlim would never send in his stats on time. But I would like to note that Christina's best performance this season was in Week 10 when she threw a complete game shutout, allowing just 1 hit and striking out 8 batters. Our next nominee, Dominic Hoskins of the Braves, a great season here as well. He had a .89 ERA throughout the season, which matches his WHIP. And he broke the century mark for strikeouts at 102. He was a 3-time Pitcher of the Week winner in the National League. Dominic Hoskins, perhaps a sleeper candidate in this competition. Our third nominee is Leah Wayne of the Angels. Leah Wayne. She also had a .89 ERA in 81 1/3 innings pitched. Just a tad under for the WHIP, but she had a few less strikeouts at 79 on the season. Leah Wayne did not win any Pitcher of the Week awards in the National League, but she had a fine season herself, throwing several shutouts. And the final nominee for the National League, Sonia Hagen of the Mets. Sonia Hagen pitched every single out, a sparkling .43 ERA, a nasty .67 WHIP, and she tied the previous league record of 130 strikeouts. So for tying the previous record, although Amanda Hellerman broke it, she's now tied for second in a season with 130 strikeouts on the season. And the winner is, you guessed it, it's Sonia Hagen of the Mets. Sonia Hagen, the only unanimous winner in our award show tonight. A unanimous winner in Sonia Hagen. Congratulations to her. Definitely one for the record books. Where's Wizard?
Money, baby.
Does Wizard want to say a word? I'd have to go back and check which ones were unanimous everywhere or before, but but yeah, she was unanimous. I'll have to check, see how many unanimous winners there have been. Congratulations to Sonia. All right, heading back over to 2003 in the Frontyard League, the Frontyard League. Who are our nominees here? The first one, she's back. Amanda Hellerman, also coached by Wizard of the Rangers. She went over the supposed maximum. She threw 87 innings, and her ERA in strikeout total are matched up. They're both 117. And she had a very nice whip at .85. Hellerman did not win any Pitcher of the Week awards in the front yard, but she did have an incredible performance against the Orioles where she pitched like 13 innings or something. But ultimately, that last inning, the AI got to her a little bit. But she did have a fantastic season. Was it 19 innings? I forget. It was very many innings. I'll have to go back and check the numbers there. Our second nominee, Frank Thomas of the Padres. Frank Thomas, a great season in his own right. At Casa de Pablo, it nerfed many a hitter. But it didn't matter for him when he's throwing 129 strikeouts. 129 strikeouts, which stands as the fourth best mark in rBBL history.
I'm gonna
along with
strike
a
them all out.
.96 ERA. He is going to strike them all. Frank won 4 Pitcher of the Week awards in the Frontyard League, so he had a fantastic season. I think there was one game he had like a perfect game with 12, 13 strikeouts, something like that. So he had a fantastic season. Our next nominee, Matessa Sturgis of the Astros. Matessa Sturgis, she pitched 80 innings with a nice .68 ERA and an even lower whip. 75 strikeouts on the season, almost reaching that 1K per inning rate. She did win 1 Pitcher of the Week award, and I think it was against my team when she did it. But congratulations to Matessa for her great season. Our fourth and final nominee here is Todd Xavier of the Giants. Todd Xavier. He had a great season, pitching 82 1/3 with just a .51 ERA and a .72 whip. 105 strikeouts, also reaching the century mark. Todd won 3 Pitcher of the Week awards throughout his time in the Frontyard League. Betty Houston did not pitch enough innings to qualify because you only played the last 3 games. You had to pitch a minimum of 28 innings, which is 2 per game played. So maybe next year for Betty. Anyway, this was a pretty enticing vote. And the winner is Todd Xavier of the Giants. Todd Xavier in a narrow vote. Congratulations to Todd.
Rock on!
If anybody's watching that doesn't know, I was coach of the Giants this season, so congratulations to Todd and myself. Hey, I did not rig the votes. I will show the votes later. Wait, what's this? Ken Griffey Jr. just came on stage to tell Todd that Frank Thomas had one of the best pitching seasons of all time. Oh my goodness! Oh, what a disaster! I will give Frank his credit, but the voters gave it to Todd Xavier, so you'll have to take it up with them. Congratulations to Todd and Frank Thomas for his great season. All right, let's get that out of there. One last Ace Wilson Award to give out here, and it's for the Backyard League. The Backyard League. Who do we have here? First up, we have Angela Del Vecchio of the Los Angeles Angels. She had a great season, throwing 110 strikeouts in just 72 1/3 innings, with a 1.08 ERA, just over 1 run per game, and a .88 whip. But that's a lot of strikeouts there. Angela earned 4 Pitcher of the Week wins in the Backyard League. I think 3 of them were in the second half, so she really started turning it up. Our second nominee is Ivan King of the Tigers, as may be a result of some meme votes. But Ivan did have a very nice season. In 54 innings, he had a .88 ERA and a .9 whip with 52 strikeouts in those 54 innings. So Ivan, as main pitcher of the Tigers, earned himself some Backyard League Ace Wilson votes. He didn't win any Pitcher of the Week awards this season, but he got close a couple times. It was usually just 1 run to the AI that cost him. All right, our third nominee for the Backyard League is Jerry Winchell of the Pirates. Jerry Winchell leading his team to the playoffs after pitching almost the whole season with a nice .61 ERA and a fantastic .75 whip, striking out 72 batters in those 78 innings. Jerry, he earned himself 3 Pitcher of the Week awards throughout the season, so a strong nominee here. And our fourth and final nominee for the Backyard League is Tim Hudson of the Braves, the second Brave to get a Ace Wilson nomination. He pitched 78 innings with a .69 ERA and a .88 WHIP with 79 strikeouts in those 78 innings. And Tim earned himself one Pitcher of the Week award in the Backyard League. So we've got a great group of candidates here. Let's see. The winner is Jerry Winchell of the Pirates. Congratulations, Jerry. Certainly his first award of any kind, I'm sure. Jerry earns himself the Backyard League Ace Wilson Award. All right, congratulations. There's our pitchers. And Shrewsbury, Shrewsbury's here, but he'll find out soon enough. Congratulations to Jerry, Shrews, and the Pirates. All right, now it's the time we've all been waiting for. The MVP's MVP. We'll go in the same order as the other ones. We'll start with the American League, working on down to the Backyard League. In the American League are 4 nominations for MVP. Oh, and this is a star-studded class. We've got Cheryl Reynolds of the Giants. She had a fantastic season with 23 extra base hits here, 8 doubles, a triple, and 14 home runs along with 5 stolen bases. She drove in 53 runners on the year in the highest scoring offense in the league, the Giants. She batted an amazing .739 on the season and .1439 in the slugging. 2.246 OPS. That puts together your on-base percentage and your slugging percentage. So basically, it's the total of, well, the slugging is how many bases you get per at bat. So anything 1.5 and up is very good in this league. Cheryl won 1 Batter of the Week in the American League, but most of the time it was her teammates stealing it from her. So Cheryl had a great season. You could have put one of many different Giants in this nomination. Up next, we have Fred Benson of the Rockies. Fred Benson. He had a great season at the plate. 34 extra base hits, including 14 doubles, 2 triples, and 18 bombs, playing at the short porch of Parks Department number 2. He drove in 51 runs and scored 37 times himself for the Rockies. He was near the top with a .781 batting average. Great numbers there. He almost broke that 2.0 mark for the slugging percentage, but nothing to scoff at for those numbers there. Fred did not win any Batter of the Week awards in the weekly edition because there were 3 offenses much better than them in the American League. But I think his best game came right away in week 1 against the Royals at Steel Stadium, where he had 3 home runs and 9 RBIs, I believe. Ooh, Slim's saying he might want me to win. That's not what he's saying at all. But Fred Benson did have a great season. All right, our third nominee, Henri Deschennes of the Boston Royals. Henri led all leagues with 22 home runs, including one game where he hit 5 of them for like 13 RBIs or something. He had a great season. He scored 41 times, which I also think may have been near the tops of the league. 51 RBIs, almost a .750 batting average there. And he had the highest slugging percentage and OPS in the American League, and I think in all of 01. Henri earned himself 2 Batter of the Week nominations, or Batter of the Week wins, I should say, and including that 5 home run performance. And our 4th nomination goes to Jose Canseco of the Florida Marlins. Jose picked it up near the end. He ended up with 12 doubles and 14 home runs on the season. He had a league-leading 69 RBIs, which is very nice, including a crazy 17 RBI performance in the season finale as the Marlins tried to hang on for playoff life. But Jose had a fantastic season, driving in all those runs and batting .737. All right, this is perhaps the 4 greatest statistics you could put together on one screen that we have in this evening, but only one can win. And who will it be? The answer is Henri Deschênes of the Boston Royals. Congratulations to Henri for taking home the title. He did indeed earn the most votes. Congratulations to Henri. Mystery gonna get up to the podium and not know what the answer is, or not know what to say for his acceptance speech. But yeah, any one of those four was a great vote. But Henri's the only one that takes home the crown tonight.
Hello?
Hello. Would you like to say a word?
Sure. I didn't expect to win. I don't even think I voted for any of my own players, actually. I can't remember if I did, but I think it's bad form. But, Henri, he's overpowered. He's really good. Pick him. That's all I have to say.
There you go. You have Coach Visery's endorsement for Henri, #1 overall next season and seasons beyond. Congratulations. That one was a great vote. All right, let's go on to the National League MVPs. Once again, we've got 4 superstars making the list here. Our first nominee, Ken Griffey Jr. of the White Cubs. Ken Griffey, he started out real hot. He didn't have any Player of the Week nominations, but in the first 5 games of the season, he had 12 home runs and 25 RBIs. So he started off scorching hot, cooled off a little bit, but still ended tied for the National League lead with 18 home runs, I believe. He did only have 33 RBIs, but I think that's because he batted leadoff. So like more than half of his home runs were solo shots. That's all right. Coach Matitude's going to live and learn for next season. Bump up those RBI numbers. But Ken Griffey, fantastic season. 1.698 slugging. That's almost 2 bases per at bat. A great nomination there. Our second nominee is Mark McGwire of the Angels. Mark McGwire had some moments. He also tied Griffey with 18 home runs to share the National League lead. He drove in 57 Angels runs, which was like almost half of their run total. Not quite, but he drove in a lot of runs, batted nearly 700. And I think or where is it? Yeah, he had 2 Player of the Week nominations. I think one of them he might have had a 4 home run game this season. Like 4 home runs, 8 RBIs, something like that. Mark was a great player this season. Our third nominee, Sammy Sosa of the Mets. Oh, I misspoke. Those 2 did not tie for the National League lead in home runs because Sammy Sosa had 19 of them, just clipping them by 1 home run. But Sammy had a great season. 46 RBIs to lead the Mets into the playoffs. Batted a great .694. And look at those very round numbers of slugging and OPS. The only player in the National League and the American League, I think, to have a 2 or higher in the slugging percentage. And he led with a 2.7 OPS as well. Sammy had 3 Batter of the Week wins in the National League, so he had his moments there. Congrats to Sam. And our fourth and final nominee, what is this? 1998, we got Ken Griffey, Mark McGwire, Sammy Sosa. Do we have a 4th pro? Well, kind of. We have Susan Gore, who's a Ken Griffey clone. Susan Gore of the Braves helped lead them to the playoffs. She had 23 extra base hits there, 16 of them left the yard. She drove in 44 runs and scored 23 times herself for the division-leading Braves, the #1 seeded Braves at that. She batted a nice 2-for-3 ratio, .667. And she was up there in her slugging and OPS numbers as well. Once again, a star-studded group of MVP nominees. But as I've said, only one can win. And who will it be? Today's winner, or this season's winner, for the National League MVP is Sammy Sosa of the Mets. Sammy Sosa takes home the crown. His looks like his hand there got a little skin bleaching. Sammy Sosa's been known to do that. Congratulations to Sammy. No, at no expense of any of our other nominees today. McGwire had a great season. So did Griffey. And so did Susan Gore. But Sammy won the vote from the league. Is Wizard here? Wizard, do you want to say something? Wait, that means the Mets got 2 awards this season. They got the MVP and the Ace Wilson, the rare double dip. That might be the first time it's ever happened. Although it's slightly easier now that we're going by conference instead of the whole league. Wizards typing up his acceptance speech. Wizard says he's happy to be a part of something great, but he blamed manager error that led to their 0-2 playoff sweep. But at least they made the playoffs. The Mets had a great season with their 2 stars, Sammy and Sonia. All right, we just have 2 awards left. 2 awards left. First one goes to the Frontyard League MVP. Let's check out our nominations in the front yard. First up, we have Henri Deschennes of the Diamondbacks. He had a great season. Look at that. That's 30 extra base hits to go with 40 RBIs and 35 runs scored. He scored nearly every time he made it on base. He batted a league-leading 788 and a league-leading 2.077 slugging. That was the highest of anybody across both leagues. That means Henri averages more than 2 bases per at-bat. Very impressive. Hey, you don't know if you won. You can't give your speech unless I make sure you're the winner. Let's see. How many? Henri only had 1 batter of the week win, but he was a terror all season long with several multi-home run games. All right, next. Jay Green of the Philadelphia Mets. Jay Green, he had 22 extra base hits, 13 of them left the yard, and he drove in 41 runs for the Mets, who had one of the best offenses in the Frontyard League. He batted .797. Oh, I guess I misspoke with Henri. Jay Green clipped him for batting average. But Jay Green with a 2.424 OPS. Nice aesthetic number there. Jay did not win any Batter of the Week nominees, but in Week 17 against my Giants, he went 4 for 4 with 2 home runs and 7 RBIs, which was close to winning the award for that week. But Jay Green, a fantastic season nonetheless. Our third nominee, oh, he's back. Ken Griffey Jr. Ken Griffey Jr. Under the same coach in both 01 and 03, Ken makes the list again. Only 13 home runs compared to 18 over in 01. That's because the Padres had a less hitter-friendly home park in Casa de Pampa. Once again, RBI numbers a little down because he bats leadoff. 31 RBIs and 21 runs. Great numbers. Batted a nice .714. Ken Griffey also did not win any Batter of the Week awards in the Frontyard League. But in Week 6, he knocked 3 home runs for 7 RBIs in a perfect 3-for-3 game. So Ken Griffey known to go off from time to time. All right, let's round out the Frontyard League nominees with Parker Collum of the Mets, our second Met on this one. So many Mets everywhere between 01 and 03. Parker was the big bat in the middle of the lineup. He dropped 15 home runs on the season and led 03 with 63 RBIs. It was his job to clear the bases, and he did so very well. Just a .593 batting average, but if you can hit 3 or 4 runs home every time it goes out of the park, you're a valuable addition to any lineup. Yes, he did indeed have the most RBIs in 03. I think next closest might have been maybe low 50s. But yeah, he won it very easily. But once again, only one can win. And the Frontyard League MVP this year is Henri Deschennes of the Diamondbacks.
I'm him. I literally told you guys I'm him.
You're not him. Henri is him. You're just the coach. No, congratulations.
Now we're going to win a World Series because I'm just him.
Coach Pepsi wants to bring a championship to add to Henri's hardware closet, or trophy case, I should say. But look at that, 2 awards this season. Henri, the first 2-time MVP in the same season, because it's the first time we've had different leagues vote. But congratulations, it was well earned. Okay, just one more award to hand out, and that would be the Backyard League MVP. I will preface this by saying this was the closest margin between first and second place. I think I checked. Well, maybe not Goldie Glove, but of the MVPs or Ace Wilsons, this was the closest vote between number 1 and number 2. And in fact, 8 different players received at least one first place vote. 8 different players. And only 4 of them are going to make it onto this nomination board. All right, let's see which 4 made it to the top 4. First up, it's Ahmed Khan of the Red Sox. Ahmed had a fantastic second half. He ended up with 18 home runs, and the short porch of Parks Department number 2 certainly helped. He drove in 44 runs in that potent Red Sox offense and batted a great .707. He only had 1 Player of the Week nomination, but it certainly counted. In Week 14, he hit 4 home runs and 11 RBIs, I think, something like that. So Ahmed had a fantastic season. Yeah, this was a Silver Slugger Award he'd win for sure. I think Ahmed was the only one who was nominated for the Goldie Glove and the MVP, or at least top 4. All right, who's next in this list? We've got Alexis Weiss of the Minnesota Twins, a dark horse candidate here. But Alexis had a very fine season with 18 extra base hits. 11 of them bounced around enough for her to get all the way home. Tin Can Alley limits home run numbers just a bit. But she had 35 RBIs and scored 20 times in the middle of that Twins lineup, and she batted an impressive .762 on the season. That .762 might be what's keeping her up with the rest of these nominees. Alexis did not have any player or batter of the week wins, but in week 5 she went 5 for 6 with 2 home runs and 5 RBIs. So she's had her moments throughout this season. All right, our third nominee goes to Cheryl Reynolds of the Braves. Cheryl had a fantastic season. She had 24 extra base hits, and 16 of them were bombs. She drove in 40 runs and scored 34 times herself, tied with Ahmed for the 2003 league lead, or at least the Backyard League lead. They were also tied with Maryland of the Red Sox with 34 runs scored. Cheryl batted a nice .746 and a pretty good slugging and OPS numbers as well. Cheryl started off hot. She won the first 2 Batter of the Weeks in the Backyard League, and then she picked up 1 more along the way for a 3-time winner in the Backyard League. And our 4th and final nominee for Backyard League MVP, Zena Frome of the Minnesota Twins, our second twin, which is ironic. But the Twins had a great offense, and the numbers certainly show it. Zena had 14 home runs to lead the team. She had an impressive 55 RBIs, which I think was second in 03 behind Parker. So 55 RBIs, an impressive total. Scored 28 times and batted .615, perhaps a slightly higher average. May have earned her an even more solid campaign, but she did make it to the top 4 here. Zena won just 1 Batter of the Week award, but she made it count when she hit. I think it was a 4 home run game. When I announced to vote, I said you can use whatever criteria you want, but we really only have offensive stats, so defensive stats are harder to quantify. But we did have 26 voters. They didn't all vote for every category, but 26 votes. I think most of the winners will be rightfully earned with this many votes. Okay, I've stalled long enough. Who is the Backyard League MVP? Oh, somebody hit the drum roll. Who's on the soundboard? Hit the drum roll. Oh, no, he's ready. All right. All right. The winner of the Backyard League MVP is Cheryl Reynolds of the Atlanta Braves. Congratulations. Cheryl Reynolds. I think this is her second MVP win. Congratulations to Cheryl on a fantastic season. Yes way, Coach Nate Tastic can't believe that his player won. Nate, want to say a word or two? He says second half was a struggle. Maybe Cheryl's hot start carried her through the rest of the season. I don't think it was a one vote difference. I think the total, I forget. I think it was like 40 to 32 points or something like that. I'll double check. I'll post it in the season 10 spreadsheet. But the voters have spoken, and Cheryl Reynolds gets the Backyard League MVP. All right, congratulations to all 12 of our award winners, going to 10 different coaches. Great season to all, even if you didn't get a winner today. We all thank you for playing hard and having a great season. Hope to see you in season 11. Hey, oh, he said unmanufactured controversy. I thought he was accusing me of rigging it, but not rigged. I counted the votes fair and square. Although apparently somebody said they were Loba, and Loba said those were my votes, so I threw out those votes. If any of you accidentally put, or not accidentally, but if any of you jokingly put Loba as your name, that one wasn't counted. But yes, Cello's here to figure out that he won the Goldie Glove Award. Congratulations to Derek. All right, let the discussion continue in the channels as to who was rightfully the winner and who got snubbed. But these are the 12 winners, as they will say in the rulebook. Congrats to all of our winners. Yes, I will post the voting results. I'll let you know when I get those entered. And that's it. Ooh, one topic of discussion. Usually we rename the emojis for the 3 awards after the winner. But this season there's more than one winner. So who should get them? I think Derek. The Goldie Glove should be renamed Derek Jeter because he won twice. Maybe Henri gets MVP because he won twice, but maybe Sonia gets the Ace Wilson because she was a unanimous winner. Sounds like those almost figured out themselves. The coach of the year is whoever wins the championship. That's all you need to be the best coach. All right, let the talk continue. Thanks for watching, everybody. And I'll see you out there. We still got Constellation Tournament to play, and we still have 2 World Series winners to crown. So the season is just beginning. Not really. But we're almost at the home stretch. Glad I could provide you with this entertainment for tonight. All right, see you out there for the rest of Season 10 and Season 11.